Battlefield 1 is a multiplayer game at heart, and there's no shortage of multiplayer reviews. Heck, you've probably been playing it for weeks. But some Battlefield players ignore the series' solo campaigns, and although I've been guilty of that in the past myself, Battlefield 1's war stories deserves a playthrough. In the words of every early 19th century British officer ever, "I say, old bean, it's bloody brilliant." The campaign begins with what is essentially a short playable montage in which you assume the role of various soldiers within the famed 369th Infantry Regiment, the Harlem Hellfighters. The Hellfighters were the first African American regiment to serve as part of the American Expeditionary Force during the war. It's here that DICE makes its intentions clear. This isn't just another visceral shooter, it's perhaps the most immersive and, dare I say, enjoyable piece of anti-war propaganda ever produced. In most other titles, video game fodder is often slaughtered without remorse, but Battlefield 1 is at times a sobering experience, and never more so than during its 15-minute opener. It's impossible to win this portion of the campaign. You must simply fight until you fall, and the futile nature of it all really hits home. Fall at any point during these single player missions and the name, date of birth and date of death of your character will appear on screen, reminding you that this brutal, unnecessary conflict actually happened. As for the gameplay, it's as smooth and refined as the multiplayer, as you would expect, but the cinematic experience has really been given a boost this time. And for the first time, Battlefield's single player might just rival that of Call of Duty. Including the Harlem Hellfighters intro, there are 6 war stories in total, each of varying lengths. You'll find yourself fighting in the desert alongside the famed Lawrence of Arabia, driving a Mark V tank through no man's land, storming the beaches of Gallipoli, and soaring above the battlefield in a British Bristol F-2B aeroplane. Gifted the chance to fight on horseback, stealthily knife the opposition, down a huge German Zeppelin, and much more. This is a great refresher course for returning players and Battlefield newcomers alike, before they inevitably head out online. Battlefield 1's war stories isn't particularly groundbreaking, but it distracted me from the fantastic multiplayer for at least a playthrough. It's enjoyable, a great way to familiarise yourself with new mechanics, and presents a sobering reminder of why war should only exist in video games. For more video game reviews, comparison videos, wish lists, and silly let's plays, why not subscribe to GooseOnMyArmGaming? Thank you for watching.